Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel.
We're all things relationships, marriage, family relationships, any kind of relationships that we're going to talk about, and nothing is off limits.
Oh, yeah.
He wants to be part of it, but then he doesn't know what to say, and this is what I deal with ladies each day. Let me be more of a part
Shut
of it.
up, say
Okay.
something. Shut up, say something. I mean,
Oh, forget it.
Forget it.
So here's to another week. Hope you guys had a great week last week.
Welcome to the new year's as we get started on our new channel.
Right. So it's our second video. Hold on. And
Nothing like wine o'clock.
it's wine o'clock. It's 1:15 or 1:45. It's close. Close enough.
As
It's
my
5 o'clock
dad would
somewhere.
say, there's no bad time for happy hour.
No, there's not. So we wanted to first invite you guys to hit the like and subscribe button and subscribe to our channel. And also our Instagram will also be down there along with my decorating channel and all kinds of things. So make sure you go to the description box and just see whatever's in there that will interest you. And thank you again to everybody who subscribed last week and watched our video, excuse me, and left us comments.
Thumbs up.
That was so sweet of all of you. One of the favorite comments I got was Jennifer wanted me to talk and tell more stories about my grandma. So I told her I had a lot of good ones, so yes. I will share some. But today's topic of discussion is how to, I have everything written down, that's why I'm looking over there, how to survive marriage and relationships in the social media age. Very difficult. Very difficult. Social media has changed relationships, I think, with everybody.
Yeah, it has.
Spouses, friends, coworkers, whomever. It is just, some's good, some's not good.
It's too secretive of a way to contact other people, and a lot of times it can get you in a lot of trouble.
It can. And, you know, from the friend level, all kinds of things. You know, like, why are you talking to this person? I thought you were my friend. You know, it's just like a whole big thing. That wasn't a thing back in the 80s, 90s, before 2000. I think Facebook and stuff came out in 2008 or 9. Before then, none of this was an issue. And I think now that it is an issue, it just grows to bigger issues all the time, if you agree with that.
Or you tell somebody you're happily married, and they go, how happily married are you? Or, you know, are you interested in something on the side? I mean, it's just...
all the time.
All the time.
All the time. So I have listed five things that I think are important in relationships with social media.
Our top 5.
These are the top 5. And we were just going to discuss it, but instead I think we're going to do something a little different, and I didn't tell him so he can't mess it up. So what I'm going to do is I'll say like number 1, and I'll tell you what it means to me as a woman, and he can tell you what it means to him as a man. Sometimes I think it's valuable information because I think one way and he thinks another way. So this way you can come together, hey, what does this mean to you, to me, and find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
That's what I think. So number 1 is, and I think it's important in any relationship, whatever, excuse me, is to be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. So to me, that means that on social media or anything like that, I know who I am as a woman. I know that I'm happily married. I know that I'm a mom. I know that I'm a good friend to others, a good daughter, and I have a lot of good inside of me. And I want to make sure that even with social media or anything like that, I don't lose track of who I am to me. Because at the end of the day, you got to look yourself in the mirror and be happy with your choices that day. And I can honestly say that even with social media, when I take my makeup off at night and I'm looking in the mirror, I am happy with my choices. So that's my take on it. Man's take. It will be different.
What my take basically is what you see is what you get. I'm not a phony person. I'm honest with people. I don't have a big head when it comes to egos or anything like that. I'm open and honest with my wife about, you know, if somebody's contacting me or if somebody's interested. A lot of times I don't see it because I'm so involved in what I'm doing, because being a musician, I'm focused on my music and delivering a good product to people. And sometimes I don't see that people are talking about me, interested, wanting to hit on me, wanting to leave their phone number with me, and it's a hard thing to do. But I am open and honest. If somebody comes up to me and says, "Oh, this, that, or the other thing," I would thank you, but I'm happily married,
And at the end of the day, you're happy with yourself for
yeah,
those choices.
and I can go to bed and put my head on the pillow and say, you know what, I was a good person today.
I was a good person today.
I didn't hurt anybody's feelings. Well, sometimes I hurt people's feelings, but not on purpose, if it's deserved. But I can live with myself. I don't have any bad conscience about anything I've done, ill feelings about what I've done.
You're going too far. I have more
You
questions.
You said comments.
I know,
so okay.
I know.
But,
Short and
okay,
sweet.
so
That's it.
That's my take.
All right, I got to reel them in sometimes, people. I got to reel them in. So the next one is also a good one, to respect your relationships. And I don't mean, like, from my point of view, not just my relationship with Scott, but my relationship with, my son, with my family, with my coworkers. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm not being respectful towards them. You know how it is when you're on Facebook or something like that. I don't think it happens so much with Instagram. I love Instagram. I love it way more than Facebook, truthfully. But I feel on Facebook, if you comment to somebody, if you make a comment or something like that, because I'm making the comment from my own personal view, my respect for the people around me, a lot of times it's taken out of context, like, well, why you're trying to tell me what to do, what makes you so good, da 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 da, and it's not what I meant at all. So, just respect your relationship, all of your relationships that you're in, when you go to comment, or when you go to answer a DM, because I'll get a DM sometimes, and I tell Scott about it, and I'll just be like, I'm happily married, and if they contact me again, I just block them. End of story, we're all done. And same thing with like coworkers and things. I've had past coworkers contact me, hey, what's going on there? It's like, I don't want to get involved in all that. I really don't. I'm like, everything's fine here. Everything's good. Just because I respect the relationship of my coworkers and everybody else. And that's how I view it.
So what was the question again?
I know exactly. See what I mean? It was respect your relationships.
I'm always open with my friends. A lot of my friends, we've been in contact for many, many years, and sometimes we go 5 years without talking to each other, and we pick right back up where we left off. I have very few friends, true friends, that I can call, and they'll be there my night and day, and they can do the same with me. With my relationship with friends on Facebook, I'm basically a music guy. That's all I talk about. I don't delve into politics. I did it once and it backfired. My opinions are my opinions, and a lot of times I just won't share them because I'm afraid that somebody's going to have a backlash or they're going to start commenting.
And another thing, like I used to comment a lot and really state my point of view, but people are thinking I don't respect them or I don't, and it's not that. It's just you have your opinion. It's like I'm a Yankees fan. Maybe you're a Red Sox fan. That doesn't mean you should hate me.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's a different world.
But it is, and it affects. It will affect all your relationship if you don't have respect as the core of your relationship for the other person, for the people on the other end of that phone. I think it's important.
And as a couple, we both agree of no bullying, no hating, no reason none of that. Just be nice. That's all. At the end of the day, just be nice with people, and you'll get the same in return. Hopefully.
Like Grandma always said, if they're not your cup of tea, just say a blessing, pray for them, and go on your own way.
Yeah,
That's not my grandma's story for today, by the way. I'm going to get to my grandma's story at the end.
Next.
Okay, the next one, and this is huge, because sometimes you have to, but it's don't keep secrets.
I'll take this one first.
Okay, you go ahead.
I've had a lot of bad issues in my past, and I got into a bad habit of kind of covering them up. And coming into this relationship, I got away with a lot of things, lying and not being truthful, because I thought that's the way that I was supposed to be. And when I met her, I found out that lying doesn't get you anywhere. All it does is create one more lie on top of a lie. And then after a lie, you can't remember everything you said.
Got to remember all the lies.
So, as a couple, she's changed the way I think about things for the better, because it was a rough road for me. And because of her, I've changed my ways and a better man for that.
Oh, so
that's what my take on that is.
And I agree. I just think that, some secrets, everybody keeps a secret here or there. I mean, maybe you're not keeping a secret. Maybe it's just something you totally forgot about. Just like sometimes we'll be talking and I'll tell him a story about like when I was a teenager and he's like, oh, you never told me that. It's like, I'm not keeping a secret. I just really, it's 35 years ago. It's a long time ago. But as far as secrets go, the only kind of secrets I keep from Scott is if I'm planning to do something nice for him or purchase something for him or stuff like that. I'll be very secretive.
Or a health issue, she'll keep.
Sometimes I do. I keep it till I know what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
I don't always, which I should be upfront with it.
Right.
And that's something that I need to work on because that is considered a secret.
Yeah.
Sometimes secrets
and I'm
are
pesty
just...
about that. How you feeling? How you doing? She gets annoyed, so I think that's part of the reason why she keeps some things from me. But it's not in a malicious thing.
No.
And it's not on purpose.
Because sometimes you got to keep a secret. Like if your coworker comes up to you and
don't tell anybody.
Hey, do these pants look good today on me? And I'll be like, oh yeah, great. Because I'm not just going to hurt somebody's feelings either. And it's not really, I'm not really lying or keeping a secret. I want to make somebody feel good about themselves.
Truth a little bit.
I might tweak it.
A white lie.
I might tweak it, but I don't keep secrets.
Right.
I don't do that.
So don't keep secrets in your relationship.
Because
a
somebody
secret
will find
is
out.
Hiding a secret, or not saying something is, I slept with somebody. That's not. Oops! I forgot to tell you. No, that's not. That's not a forget to tell you. That's a no-no.
And with social media, you can just be very secretive. I know people. I know a couple, and I know her, and she has a second profile, different name, different everything, so that she can contact others. To me, that's a secret. That's not respecting yourself. That's not being true to yourself. That's really being a bad person. Because
and in the end, karma's going to bite you.
It will. Something's going to happen. It's not going to end well, but
hurt feelings are hurt feelings.
There's nothing I can do about that.
On to the next one.
Okay. Next one is, what does that say? Keep communication with your spouse. Keep good communication with it.
And that ties into the last question that we had. Just talk to your spouse, even if it's a bad day at work. Get it out. Don't walk around. What's the matter? Nothing. No.
Because sometimes I just don't want to relive it again.
Right.
It's just I already lived it. I don't want to talk about it again.
But just to get it out.
But you should have good communication.
So it doesn't fester inside of you.
And the thing is, it kind of all plays together. But social media, you can become very addicted to it. And it's like, I find myself, and I'm guilty of this, a lot of times reaching for my phone. I'm not really doing anything. I'm not being present in the moment. And sometimes that's offensive. Like sometimes if we go out or something's happening and he's on his phone, I get really upset. I do not like it. If we're out to dinner, if, your father calls you or something like that, of course you're going to answer it because you will. My son calls or texts me, I'm going to answer it. But you shouldn't be scrolling Facebook when you're out to dinner. You shouldn't be scrolling Facebook when you get home and, you want to have we have the happy hour. There's no phones. Because you can't have a good conversation because you're half in the phone and half over here. Yeah. And I don't think, and that's where a loss of communication comes in. And I think a loss of, what did you just say? And then it's just like, you're like half listening. And it's like, what is so important?
And then it gets to be, never mind. I never mind. Now somebody's irritated, and now your nice evening starts going like this.
Correct. And one thing we don't do is
no food, no phones at dinner.
No, even when my son comes over, I have him put his phone down, even though he's 30. No phones. If I cook for you and you come over, I expect us to have a family dinner.
For the most part, we're not really a social media. She does most of it
only because
her channel and for shopping for cruises and everything.
Cruises and everything. Yeah, but I'm not. I go, in all honesty, I scan Facebook every now and again, but I'm more interested in a lot of the ladies I follow on Instagram because I do have a decorating channel, which will be linked below. Treasures by Tina. It's down there. That do English cottage decorating, and we swap ideas. So it's not.
It's more work kind of.
Yeah, like related. He likes to scan and he likes to look for different music and different artists and talk about that. Where I'm into the decor part. Yeah. So Instagram is more my thing. Yeah. Because I like to change ideas and we chit chat back and forth and we do collabs sometimes and that's just what I like. But I have to remind myself that when I get home, I shouldn't grab a glass of wine, sit down, and then start. Right. After dinner and stuff like that. We used to just have an hour of screen time a night. We used to do 1 hour and put our phones away. Yeah. It ended somehow. I don't know how it ended, but it ended. Oh. But we should really pick that back up because I think
because of having a stressful year, you reach for your phone just to kind of get your mind off of what you're thinking. Just basically a numbing kind of process. You looking at, decorative, and it gets your mind thinking about clothes or music or whatever.
I look at everything. I follow YouTube.
Just to get you.
And all the people who cruise.
Yeah.
Because we're cruisers, and we'll make a video about cruising if you want to know about it.
Okay,
share.
well, let's get back. We got one more to go.
Okay. And then...
dating, marriage.
Be accountable for your actions. Is almost like, telling the truth. Be accountable. So one of the accountable ways, because like Scott told you, we're not going to get into like in-depth things, because some things are just private and you have to keep them that way. But the way that when Scott came into my life, one of the things when we moved in together, to keep him accountable, was I have access to his phone. So that keeps him accountable for, and it's not like I'm checking up on him or I don't trust him or anything like that. I mean, we're getting a password book. We're putting down all our passwords just in case, God forbid, something should happen to us. This information is there. Yeah. But Scott knows if my phone is on the table and it's always face up, it's always on the coffee table, always face up. If you have your phone face down, there's something going on.
Yeah.
My phone is always
and sometimes we'll be out, at dinner time, and you'll see a couple, and there's a guy or a girl, and there they go. They're flipping their phone upside down,
Why?
What's going on.
Why? Or take your phone into the bathroom.
Yeah.
You're not being accountable.
No.
If Scott is here, you know what I mean, and I'm here, he'll be like, oh, look at this. Or I'll be like, oh, look at this decor. I love this. And we'll just chit-chat back and forth. But at no time, I don't think in our entire relationship have I ever flipped my phone over.
No.
Never. Not even once.
No.
And he knows, if he ever thought that he needed to check on me, which I hope he never thinks that, because I think I'm a pretty straightforward kind of gal. But my phone is always out. He knows the code to get in. I know the code on his phone. He knows the code on my phone. You can take it and you can look at it anytime you want. I prefer him to say, Tina, I'd like to look through your phone. And you know what? I won't even get mad. I'll be like, okay, here you go. And I'll just give it to him.
I just look at it while she's in the shower.
And you can.
No, I'm just kidding.
But you can. I don't care.
I know.
Because I'm accountable for myself. I have the respect for myself and for others. I value what I have.
You should be able to just hand and not saying you should do that, but you should be able to, as a metaphor, you should be able to just hand your phone to your partner and say, I'm an open book. I'm not, if you want to look at it, look at it. I'm not secretly meeting somebody. You can't hand your phone over to your significant other,
there's a problem.
Partner, wife,
that means you've been
husband,
looking at something or doing something.
Then you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing.
And that social media is going to affect your relationship. And you got to look at the other person and say, is this what I'm doing here on the side with my phone and social media stuff? Is it worth hurting this person? Yeah. And if it is, then you need to let that person go so they can go find somebody else to be happy with or whatever. Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah. I mean, I think, dating back in the day without social media was, I think, easier. You had to meet somebody organically, not through social media.
Yep.
You went out, you talked, even if you went like bowling or whatever, you're joking, you're laughing, you're getting to know the person that you're on the date with.
And you could see their facial reaction when they see you, when they're talking to you. If you're just texting on a phone, you can't see, you text somebody, you can't see them go, what the?
No.
You can't see that.
And I think these are 5 steps that you should take to kind of be accountable, be truthful. If you guys can think of any other ones that we should add to that, I would love it if you guys would say that in the comments below. Like, what do you and your partner do, or what do you do to safeguard yourself against? Because there's trolls online. Yeah. There are people going to try to catfish you. There are all kinds of things going on. Yeah. And, you have to, safety is also another one. Yeah. You have to be safe about what you're doing.
Yeah, especially if you have kids.
Yeah, kids is a whole other. I'm glad that social media came out. My son was, how old was he? 18? 17. So thank God, because I don't even know what I would do with little kids with social media. I don't think I'd let them have it. No. Because I just think you got to think, these kids, they can go on their phone, not even, let's say they wanted something at Dick's Sporting Goods. Like, I think I need some cleats. They type in Dicks.com, no offense, and sorry, but that's what you're going to get. Mm-hmm. If you have to type in, Dick's store. Yeah. So I'm saying that's such an easy way for your kids to get access, or anybody to get access to things that they don't want. Yeah, and
you can get hooked on the internet. I mean, there's people that just are on their phone from the time they get up to the time they go to bed.
And I've seen it. I have coworkers that never put their phone down for 1 second.
Brain dead.
How do you function in life?
Yeah, it's killing your brain.
Like, and you'll see like the effects of social media especially like you ever go to the grocery store and there's like a 16 or 17-year-old waiting on you. He doesn't know how to talk to you. He's very awkward and timid. And, you try to make a joke and lighten up his day, because I chit-chat with all the cashiers everywhere I go. And they don't know how to communicate with me because they're so stuck at screen communication.
Just kind of just give you that empty
just like an empty stare. It's just, I think social media has its place, and I think it's wonderful if you use it wonderful.
Right.
If you use it the right way, then it's a blessing. It's wonderful. I mean, especially if you're using Facebook the right way. Like I have family like in California, Hawaii, Italy. It's nice that we can chit chat without the phone bill.
Yeah.
So
I have the same thing with my music friends. They're in Europe and San Paulo and all over the world. And
so it's nice.
Nice.
And a lot of the decorating people I follow are in England and Amsterdam, and we chit chat all the time, and it's wonderful. Mm. It's wonderful if you use it wonderfully and safeguard yourself, safeguard your loved ones. And those are what we want to talk to you about today. And obviously, let us know if there's any other ones. Yeah. But I have to tell you a grandma story. Okay, so Jennifer, this is for you. So my grandmother, little Sicilian lady, she was like 4 foot nothing. So when I got older and I got a car, I would drive her. We have a market in Connecticut called D&D Market, and everything is imported from Italy. And it's awesome in there. The smell is just, I can't even begin to tell you. Sorry, my nose is itchy. That means I'm coming into money. Woohoo. What are you getting me?
Here's a nickel.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I would start taking her, because she didn't buy meat from the grocery store. She bought it from a butcher. That's just the way she grew up, and that's what she did. So I pick up my grandma, we go there. Now, especially after my grandfather died, she's all in black. She's a little bit of a thing. Very round, just so adorable. I'll link a picture at the end of my grandparents, and you can just see, just so cute. And the sweetest woman on the earth, but don't play with her. She didn't take that. So I drive her to D&D. I get a cart. We're walking in, and the butchers saw her coming, looked at each other, and left. And I'm like, what's going on? That's like so strange. And then they come back, they're like, hello, da-da-da, what can I get you? She's like, well, what is a fresh? He's like, well, everything is fresh. No. None of this. What is a fresh for today? What's back there for today? He's like, well, we just got this. No. It's out. What's the back there that's a fresh? Go let me see. And they're just looking at each other like, what's just wrong with this lady? And I'm like, no, it's okay. It's fresh from D&D. It's from Italy. Is it from Italy? This could be from Italy last week. I want it from Italy today. And she would just give them a run for her money. But I think in the end, they all kind of joked about her. And when she passed away, they actually came to her funeral. So I thought that was really special, that even though my nonna was a pain in the ass, they loved. They kind of were, I think they were afraid of her just a tiny bit, because when it came to freshness, she don't play. She doesn't want something that's been in here 2 or 3 days. What came in today? And that's what she wants. So they would go back there and bring her what they got today. Cut this, give me this. And that's how she shopped. So every time I go in D&D now, it's just a great memory. All the smells just remind me of her. But nobody runs when I come in. No. I got to get more stern with the freshness. Got to get more stern with the fresh. But anyway, that's our video for today. We hope you have gained a lot of info. Hopefully some of it will work for you. If you're wondering about how to safeguard from, having social media mess up your life. Your life is too precious to give it away to social media. It's too precious, and it's too short, and it's just not worth it. In my opinion.
Spend more time with the one you love.
Yes. Spend more time talking, going over, visiting, just
planning vacations, planning a date night, planning whatever.
If you need help, I'm good at it. I'm the cruise queen. So if you have any questions or comments, leave it below.
We're the cruisers.
We are cruisers. Now we are old and we cruise. That's what we do.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you so much for staying to the end. I will post a picture of my grandma at the end for you. As always, good luck in the marriage. And good luck in your relationships. And we will see you next Friday.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. Bye.